Yo, what's up, guys? What's going on? All right, let me make sure I stop the video on the other side. What's up with y'all? I thought I stopped the video. Hold on a minute. Hold up. All right, oh, cool. Okay, cool. I stopped the video. So we here to talk about it. WNBA standings. Um, Fever versus Storm. What's going on, Daniel Barry? Fever versus Storm. Trying to get my uplifting friend into my system. My uplifting friend. So we here to talk about it. Fever and the Storm. Um, and we're gonna talk a little about Las Vegas Aces. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this thing. Um, for real, let's check out these standings real quick. First things first, let's check out that. Damn, I hit a back button. Hold on 1 second. So let's look at these standings real fast. Check these standings out real quick. Let's see. Y'all see? I hope y'all can see that clearly. In fact, hold on 1 second. All right, okay. Let's get down to business. Let's see. Liberty 4-0. Connecticut Sun 3-0. What should we talk about them a little bit as we go? So the Liberty, how you want to take that 4-0 record? Me personally, I gotta take it with a little bit of grain of salt because they did just knock off the Fever twice. And they beat the Mystics. So as nice as it sounds to say 4-0, who else did they beat? They beat one more team I can't remember. But I know they beat the Mystics. The Mystics have been a hard fighting team, but they can't win, and I kind of predicted that. Prior to the season, I kind of said that the Mystics, who I famously, hilariously coined the Washington Pistons, I said that team they wouldn't win a lot. So you got the Liberty who beat the Mystics and they beat the Fever twice. So it's nice again, as nice as 4-0 sounds, you kind of want to take something away from that, which would stop me from putting them. I couldn't put the Liberty at the top of the leaderboard simply because strength of opponent matters. I mean, everybody would like to be 4-0, sure, but there's something that must be said for strength of schedule. And right now, they haven't played anybody that's absolutely amazing. What's going on, goodness rated, Bo? What's up? Did I have a channel? Well, yeah, actually, I've had a channel since the last NBA playoffs started. I pretty much started out doing the NBA, and I was mixing in some WNBA content, and then I realized I was like, you know what? You know that you a Iowa fan. You know that you a Clark fan. You know that you always wanted to talk about Caitlin in Iowa, and I knew that I had missed the previous season when everything got really really hot. Injuries, LSU playing Iowa, and I couldn't bring myself to make a channel then. So at the end of the season, a month later, I said, you know what, it's time to just dive in and do a channel. So yeah, I've been pretty much doing this thing for a year. A little NBA and some WNBA. But then I just totally decided to focus on women's basketball entirely, except for when my teams are playing in the NBA, such as the Timberwolves and the Pacers. I do cover them as well to a degree. So yeah, it's good to see you here, goodness rated. But yeah, we just going through these schedules right now. So I look at the Sun 3-0. The Sun, they look better than ever. Brianna Jones isn't fully where I think she should be in terms of coming back from her injury, which was a tough injury to come back from. But if you look at Connecticut, they haven't skipped a beat. Alyssa Thompson, I always say Thompson. Lord have mercy. Alyssa Thomas, I'm gonna start just saying grandmama, like I call her. Not grandmama, grandma, because she does everything. Y'all know how grandma do everything. She knits, she cooks, she cleans. Grandmas do everything. They bathe the kids. So yeah, Alyssa. Thomas does everything. And so you look at Connecticut, still strong. Ty Harris has been balling. Dejanay Carrington has finally got her chance and capitalized on it. You look at Dewana Bonner, steady this season, maybe not as great as last, but very steady. And then you just got a great coach in Stephanie White. This team also has Rachel Banham. I really like what they're doing. It feels like they are just back focused, ready for the challenge. People continue to like write them off, but they the real deal. And so yeah, me personally, I probably would. Well, I can't put the Sun at number one either. This is where it gets crazy. You can't quite put the Sun at number one unless you just have to. I'd have to go through and really look at this thing. Let's see what you say, Goodness, Bo. Goodness rated Bo. I can't wait for that Sky rematch with the Liberty. Do you think the Sky will beat them by 50? They play tomorrow, right? Um, so I think it's going to be a much closer game. I will tell you that for starters. I think this game is definitely out of phone going out. Let me keep the screen lit. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you like this. I think that tomorrow the advantage goes to um, New York, and I'll say that because New York is building a lot of confidence. The starting five looks really good. Nayara Sabali is coming off the bench. She's getting physical. She's providing some presence for them off of the bench. And Brianna Stewart is just all around focused this season. And when you look at the Sky, I like what they're doing, but without Cardoso, I don't think this is a game that they will be able to win. But I do think they will compete. Nonetheless, I do see that the Sky will be competing. Of course, you got Angel Reese. If Marina Mabry is shooting well, if the Sky are really shooting the ball well, we could be looking at a really close contest tomorrow. And I'm also happy that the game's going to be televised on ESPN. I think that that helps because if you like in the Chicagoland area, you know, you probably gonna have a blackout. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're probably gonna get blacked out from trying to watch this game on League Pass. So yeah, we might talk a little bit more about that in a little bit, but let me get back to these standings. The Dream are 2-1. I can't front with you guys. I do know that the Dream have some talented players on their team. Cheyenne Parker, Ryan Howard, Haley Jones is looking more comfortable, but I haven't truly seen the Dream play yet. So not having I've seen them in the preseason, but not having seen the Dream play in the regular season, I could only rank them based off of their record. I mean, 2-1, it's not too shabby. The Sky 1-1. You can't really judge a team that's 1-1. The best you can do is kind of rank them in terms of numerological order, perhaps, because they would probably be seated lower just because they are 1-1. Obviously, the Mystics 0-4, not having a pretty season, but they fight hard. They definitely do fight very hard. I will give them that. They have been pretty much in all of the games that they lost. Even if you look at the Sparks game yesterday, it came down to the wire. So I give them a lot of credit for their fight. I really do. And then the Indiana Fever, as we close out the Eastern Conference, 0-4. I just hope that they're able to do something tonight, and we'll talk about that shortly. But it's been a mixed bag so far. A couple of blowouts, somewhat of a moral victory, and then a hard-fought close game that was hard to lose just the other night against Connecticut. So, but in all fairness, the Fever have been playing some of the toughest teams in the league. So, as you know and realize that they're fighting against some hard teams, they continue to just come back out and hope for the best the next time. I like the fact that they've been more competitive here lately. In the last 6 quarters, the last 6 quarters, the Fever have been really playing much harder, and they are competing. So that I will give them. So we jump over to the Western Conference, and I asked myself, are the Minnesota Lynx real? Well, I mean, they only played 2 games, but I think the Nafisa Collier is on an MVP type of mission. If the Lynx can keep this good stuff going, continue to win games, it's only going to bode well for them They actually are undefeated right now, but there's only a 2 game sample size. And so, I like the links. I like Elena Smith. I like Diamond Miller, Dorka Uhas. They have a good mix of veterans and youth, and so I like what they're doing. It would be great for them if they could definitely have a successful season, because you want to keep Nafisa Collier there, and so with her being a supreme talent, you better be trying to win with her. You better be trying to win with her. Um, the Mercury, oh man, the Mercury looks so much better this season. Oh man, and they haven't even had Brittany Griner yet. They haven't even had BG step on the floor, and instantly, oh my goodness, this team can shoot the 3 ball. Oh my goodness. Oh, Kalea Copper, 2 back-to-back 30-point games. Salute to her. Yesterday I was a little bit pissy. I didn't want to salute anyone because they gave it to my aces, and speaking of aces, we'll get right there in a second. But you look at Phoenix and you look at what Natasha Cloud does. You know what? I'm gonna tie this right into the aces. I'm gonna tie this into aces talk. You look at Cloud, and she alleviates so much pressure off of Diana Taurasi. Diana Taurasi doesn't have to be on ball as much. She can float around. All she has to do is be ready to shoot. I mean, Cloud just really helps things out so much for Taurasi, and Cloud in her own right is a baller. And so I really like that backcourt. It's really nice. Sophie Cunningham, roll up her sleeves kind of player. And then Kalea Copper is just balling. And then they got one of my favorite players in Rebecca Allen, and she's a great shooter. And so you look at this much improved team, and they can be a serious threat. You know, while the Aces have been winning championships, teams have only grown hungrier and hungrier. Goodness Rated Bo says, I think Angel can handle Jones. Jones, help me out. Jones, which, you're talking about Angel Reese, but I'm trying to think of Jones. Wait a minute. Oh, John Quill. Come on, I just had a brain for it. Yeah, John Quill. You think Angel can handle John Quill in her rookie campaign? John Quill she's a handful. I know Angel will out hustle, and I'll tell you this, Angel's not going to slack. Angel's not going to just let Jonquil Jones have her way. But I do think that you are partially right, because I do think Angel Reese is going to be a little bit more physical than Aaliyah Boston is, which we're going to get to the fever. But I do think Angel Reese is going to be a little bit better of a matchup for Jonquil than, say, Boston was, because Reese backs down from nobody. In fact, that must be said twice. Angel Reese backs down from nobody. So I could definitely see them having a clash. I don't know if it's going to get physical, but it definitely will be a matchup to be able to look out for. I mean, it will be a matchup that we possibly should look out for. Angel isn't even going to be in a paint at all. She not. Where else was she? Why would she hang around? I'm gonna be always 100 with you guys. I've seen Chicago's preseason games, but I haven't been able to see them play a actual game yet. So the fact that it's going to be televised on ESPN, I'm excited for that. She hangs around the 3-point line. Why would she? I know she ain't doing nothing out there. It's going to be very interesting to watch now. Let me see. I'm going to pick that up. Y'all don't go nowhere. I'm going to be right back, like in 10 seconds. All right, we back in the building. So, okay. Where was I at? We're talking about Angel Reese. That's weird. Why she would be out at the 3-point line unless she's setting screens. Is she just setting screens out there and then trying to roam to the hoop? They got her space on the 3-point line where she got a breakaway steal and layup. Okay, for me, guys, I'm not going to cap. It's going to be really interesting to watch this guy play an actual season game, because some of the games obviously are blacked out, so I'm not able to see them all. And while I'm not like a huge Angel Reese fan, I do support her. I do go hard for her. I don't like when people pick on her, But I'm not obviously being a Caitlyn fan. I will say you can be a fan of both. Damn it, people act like you cannot be a fan of both. Like, what the hell are we? Do we need to like actually do a video on this? Because it's like people act like you cannot, like you disallowed, like you're not allowed to root for Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese at the same time. Like it's a black versus white thing that many are trying to make it, or it's a, style versus style kind of thing. I just explained to somebody the things that make both of them great. Like their qualities that make Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark both great. And I don't mind if you don't like both, but people act like you're not supposed to like both of them if you would like to. The Shield shoots about 15. Yeah, Diamond the Shield's coming back. I heard that's been somewhat of a success story. Marina Mabry is a when she catches fire, it could be lights out. Look out. The only problem for the Sky will be Sabrina. I don't know because Brianna Stewart is gonna come eat. Who's gonna be guarding Brianna Stewart? Matchup wise, if this team had Cardoso, I'd be talking about um, this guy pulling this thing out tomorrow. Again, I think it's going to be close. I do think the Liberty are seeking some kind of vengeance after getting shellacked. I mean, hell, if I was shellacked, even though it was the preseason, I want revenge. Hell, I want revenge. But moving through the final couple of teams, Aces 2-1. Yesterday's game talked about how vulnerable they were. And it's not like the Aces didn't compete. It's not like the Aces didn't have a chance to win that game. It's not like we didn't play good at times. It's just that Asia Wilson needs some help, damn it. Asia Wilson needs an interior backup big. She needs somebody to be able to spell some minutes. I like Megan Gustafson. Of course I do. I'm an Iowa fan, but she is more of a finesse player. Y'all feeling me? Y'all hearing me? And so you let go of Angel Jackson. Elizabeth Kitley is not coming until next season. What are you gonna do? I mean, Kia Stokes can occasionally hit you a corner three. We should have probably kept Angel Jackson. I mean, and Kalia Copper had, I don't know if it's Kalia or Kalia, but she lit us up. She been lighting everybody up. And so what worries me is what wing can actually defend against these wing players on the other team that have the propensity that might go off. Like that could be exposed. Like another thing that can be exposed is Jackie Young is 6 feet. She's awesome. She's truly awesome. But what am I saying? Oh, Jackie Young is so awesome, right? But she only 6 feet. And that's nice because 6 feet, most players you're gonna be taller than, but you're gonna run into some really flexible, agile players that are a little bit taller than 6 feet, and it's gonna put Jackie in a pinch, um, and just on defense and offense. And you look at Kelsey Plum, who's 5'8", she is so small, and she's a firecracker. She's the plum dog herself. But we don't really have a big backcourt, and we especially missing Chelsea Gray. That also is a bother to see that Gray isn't ready yet. So this team is vulnerable. It's not as invincible. It's not as strong as it was last season. And then you account the fact that the Mercury were out for blood. It's just one game. They were trying to get revenge, and so I don't know. I look at the Aces and I think that here's my biggest issue. I wanted the Aces to add a guard. Yeah, these wings are gonna go off on the Aces each week. Yeah, yeah. Um, that's exactly what I'm driving at. Plus, this is another thing, Vladimir Goodness rated Bo. This is another issue I have. I have been bagging all off season. I've been running it by the fans. I've been talking amongst Aces fans on multiple social media platforms, and just some Aces fans that I know, and a few people on the inside. And I just asked, I'm like, is this team gonna get any quality guards? Are they gonna get any veteran guards? Because We don't know what's up with Chelsea because they never disclosed what her actual injury was. They never told us how Chelsea Gray got hurt. And they kind of hinted at it, but they didn't tell us the recovery time. They just kind of sailed into the offseason celebrating the championship, but didn't tell us anything. And so I was of the mindset where, okay, let's go get a backup point guard. Let's go get a backup guard that can handle the rock. Let's go get, who did I say? Who the hell did I say? I said, let's go get Kia Nurse. Even if Gray isn't ready, then Kia Nurse can start. Oh, no Kia Nurse? Well, how about we go entertain Natasha Cloud? Look what Natasha Cloud is doing. Look at how good she is for Phoenix. She is awesome. I was like, why don't we do that? Maybe it was a money situation. Also, I was like, why don't we go get Rachel Banham from Minnesota at the time before she went to Connecticut? Why? Why not? Because when you look at it, I'm not knocking Deja Fair, but you are. Maybe that's what it was. Aces can't afford people. I've heard that we strap for cash. We put so much into our starters, our superstars, and that's unfortunate because that could have been one of the things. I also heard that they don't feel a need to bring in a certain kind of players, and also I heard that they don't really bring in inexperienced players. But look at what they're doing. They're bringing in youth. Kitley's. They're bringing in Kitley. They bringing in who else? They brought in Deja Fair and Kate Martin. And so, in my most humble opinion, if you're gonna bring these players in, you need to make sure you got a lot of veterans, and you don't really you don't really have. You got starters that are veterans that have been in this league for a long time, but the bench is thin. The bench mostly looks like it's for the Mystics or the Fever. This don't look like a championship team bench. How come they don't play Deja Fair? That's a great question. Um, we want to win, and so I don't know if rookies give you the best chance to win. Kate Martin's getting minutes, but she's not really contributing a lot. She's doing like the little things here or there. Um, Me personally, if you got Fair on your team, could you somehow maybe, try to get like a Destiny Henderson? At least there's some experience there. Maybe Bree Beal would have been good for this team. Hell, at least she could defend. What you guys think? I mean, at least we know that Bill's gonna give us defense. And then so you look at the Mercury, much improved. You look at the Aces, it's only one game, but um, everybody's coming for us. You're not just gonna win multiple championships without the opposition really buckling down. Like, yeah, we gotta go get that. We gotta go get that trophy. They didn't had it long enough. The Wings are 1-2. I don't want to say too much. The Wings are a team that sometimes starts out slow. Obviously, no Satu Sabali. That's going to be major, the fact that they don't have Satu. Um, but I do think Enrique, they missing Natasha Howard. It's going to be a lot on the shoulders of Enrique. And it's also going to be a lot on the youth to step up. Maddie Seegers is going to have to step up. We'll see what JC Sheldon looks like. Who else is on this Dallas team? Tierra McCowan's going to have to step up. Not saying she can't, but she can. You saying Deja Fair can't really keep up with the bulky players? We don't know. We really ain't seen her play. I will say this: she had a great shot in college, and she damn well better have one on the WNBA level. And when she gets her chance, she better make the most of it. I mean, perhaps she could be like our Raquana Williams type player. These WNBA players lack body control. Fair has unbelievable body control. I would try her. Well, goodness, rated Bo is probably along the lines of Celeste Taylor. You got such talent. I consider Celeste talent. Seriously, I consider Celeste Taylor to be a really good defensive presence, and we don't want to play Celeste Taylor for nothing in Indiana. And so, at the least, um, the Aces could give Deja Fair a shot, because otherwise you're just going to be wearing Jackie Young down. You're just going to be wearing Kelsey Plum down. And these players are proven to be able to know how to play the game for long stretches. But at some point of the season, endurance and stamina, it might decrease a little bit. Coach Sides is a yeah, yeah. I knew it from the jump when they first got Caitlin Clark, and they had that press conference together. I was like, you know what, Sides is somewhat of a butt. Sides is somewhat of a hard ass, and I just knew it. I just knew it. I just felt that vibe from her. And then you got the Sparks at 1-2. I got the Sparks having a winning season this season. Don't ask me why. I like the fact that Cam Brink, Rakia Jackson, you got your youth movement going on, and then you have some consistency, true consistency, coming out of De'Erica Hamby. In fact, Hamby is just balling out of her mind. If this team could she's already going to be on pace to be an all-star. But if this team could like at least somehow win like 24 games, 25 games, who knows? Maybe she might be in the conversation for MVP, but maybe that's fool's gold. Maybe the Sparks might win 19 games, but I don't know if they can actually win. Have a plus 500 record to end the season. Um, what is wrong with Enrique? Mitchell with the fever, lack of body control. Kelsey Mitchell is starting to kind of slowly but surely dust that rust off, and she's starting to round into form. If you notice with Kelsey Mitchell, that sizzle is coming back to her game. She's cutting, she's driving, she's shooting. Her threes she kind of need to whip her 3-point shot into shape, but she's being a lot more aggressive. You think that eventually in the Storm or the last squad, we'll talk about them right now because we're talking about the Fever and the Aces now. So if you wanted to talk Fever, here is your time. So the Fever, Storm, tonight. Um, Going to be really interesting for me. I might have to watch both because my Minnesota Timberwolves, they play game one of the Western Conference Finals against the Dallas Mavericks. So I might just have to watch both games the best I can, or I might just have to continuously check on one game. I mean, I cannot prioritize one above the other, but I will say that the Wolves is highly on my radar, and I gotta see if we're gonna get our first victory too. Oh no, don't say that. Don't say that, Vatamoni. Don't say Dallas gonna blow us out, man. Don't go there. Don't go there. It doesn't matter. Iverson was only 150 pounds amongst trees. Tried Asia. Yeah, but you do know that goodness rated Bo. The biggest problem I have is it's not even the guard play because Jackie Young and Kelsey have proven that they can run this offense a little bit, and they also have proven to be very solid to good passers. My thing is getting a quality big that can back up Asia and can score a little bit. Like Kia Stokes' game isn't strong enough, and she hasn't really proven that outside of the occasional 3-pointer that she can do anything on offense. And besides, why would you want Kia Stokes to attempt to be offensive right now? That could turn into a mess. You get a quick sip of water. So yeah. You can hand check. Yeah, you can hand check in the WNBA. It's much more physical now than the NBA. It's like flip flop. It's like vice versa. In NBA, you can't do nothing, and you're gonna get called for a foul. 6 inches is small for the for the NBA. Yeah, it's about your heart, not height. For real. So with the Storm, I am surprised they are 1-3, and this ties into the Fever. I am shocked to see that the Storm are 1-3. There have been some people that said that the Storm would win at least 30 games. There have been some people that said the Storm would be a 28-win team. I myself said that the Storm would win 26 games. Well, they need to get their head out of their butt because They don't seem to be a team right now that's headed down the path of, and that's interesting, WNBA's power rankings. Unbeaten Lynx lead five spots. That's crazy though. Why you gonna put the Lynx at number one? I ain't even look at it yet about ESPN. But yeah, back to what I was saying. The Storm got to get it all figured out. But this season it flies. So if they want to get it together, they better get it together. And this starts tonight. Obviously, the Storm, if they really want to feel bad, drop this game to the Fever tonight. And it would kind of show that either it's a lack of chemistry between that big three. Um, did Ogumake, did she get hurt? Can anybody tell me? Is she playing? Is she okay? I don't know. I heard something that said that she might be. Let me see. Let me try to look. See what I can see what my eyes can see. But meanwhile, the Fever need to get this game in the hell they mean I'm offline. The Fever need to get this game and the Storm both of these teams need this game. Um and to tell you the truth about it all, we gonna really see what each team is made of tonight. We really will see what each squad really truly is made of, because when you look at Seattle, there's no reason for them to be what they are, 1-3. But again, it's very early. It's very early. Um, Caitlin Clark should be fine tonight. I don't see any reason why she wouldn't play. Um, let's see. She nursing an ankle injury. It may limit her time. That ain't good. Some people say that they play better when she's not in the game. The game will take place in Seattle. The Fever, yeah, we almost had our first victory, but almost don't count. Clark says she'll be good. She says she'll be good. I hope so. Uh, damn, 10 o'clock? This game started at 10? Kobe was 6'7", wasn't he? I'm gonna see what y'all said. Kobe was like 6'7", I would have thought. Maybe he was 6'6". How could I not know the height of my favorite player? Well, one of my favorite players. But yeah, tonight, keys to victory. In fact, let me look at Seattle's lineup, because I feel like the only players I know, don't knock me, guys. I feel like the only players I know definitively are Jewel Lloyd, Nika Moore, Skylar Diggins-Smith, the one big player, the one, what is she, a forward, the center whose name I can't name. There it goes, Magnagor. I can't say that name. But yeah, her, and then Ogumake. Like, I don't know a lot of this roster. Yeah, I also know they had Horston. Tonight's game, guys, I'm going to give tonight's contest to playing in Seattle. Y'all drop it in the comment sections who y'all think gonna win tonight. I think that, man, I should have thought about this. Yeah, they got Mercedes Russell as well. I didn't know that Gabby Williams was back. Like, what the? I didn't even know Gabby Williams was. I don't know. Shows you how much I've been following Seattle this season. Gabby Williams is not a bad player. I'm sitting here trying to figure out what I would say the score should be. I don't know. My gut is telling me Indiana is just gonna figure it out, at least for a night. But then on the flip side, Jewel Lloyd, she might have a good game. I think Ogumake is fine. I should have looked up and looked at the injury report for tonight, see if anybody's out. Skylar, I would say she's up there. She's a little, long in the tooth, but she still got some youthfulness left in her. Jewel isn't even playing good. Yeah, I know. I feel like I can't just sit here and say that Jewel's going to be the reason why they win. It's going to have to be the ultimate team effort. Is Nika going to be cleared from her visa? Somebody told me that she was going to play. If Nika plays with that ultra aggressive defense, I would say Seattle's going to win. I mean, this is crazy as hell. Let me look at some. Let me look at some real quick, because I just feel like that's not what I want to see. I just feel like this is Indiana's game to lose. Hell, I had Indiana winning against UConn. I mean UConn. It is kind of UConn against Connecticut, but when they let me down and they had a chance to win, you up by what 4-6 with 4 minutes left, and you can't hold on. I mean, damn. Let's see. Unfortunately, I'm not a mental Rolodex and I don't remember everything. So let's look at these stats real quick. Ogumake is leading the team with 22 points. But is she hurt or not, Radamoni? Because I see she played 2 games where everybody else got 4. What's that about? And obviously, Nick, she is hurt. I thought that was true, but sometimes when people say things like, somebody hurt, I don't know who to believe unless I read it myself. And being as though I'm not a person that follow the Storm game in and game out, I don't even follow them every other game. I didn't know what was going on. Ogumake, 22 points a game. That's going to hurt. That's not going to be there. Jewel Lloyd, her average is down. She averaging 16. She got to step it up. Somebody say she's shooting 40%. I don't quite see that. It say 23%. Damn, is that right? I hope it ain't. Skylar Diggins Smith with 14.5. Magabor 12.8. Mercedes Russell, Jordan Horston 5.3. Yeah, pretty much pedestrian numbers down the bench. Do you know the Fever could lose 20 straight like they did before? If they lose 20 straight with this roster, that would just be a tragedy. This coach wants Boston to be some post player Shaq, tiring her out that way. If they get rid of that coach, Indiana will win a lot of games. They got to win tonight, guys. I'm not holding no punches. They got to win tonight because no Gumake for all practical purposes. Jewel Lloyd, unless she has one of those record-setting, rocket launching on fire type of nights where all her shots are connecting, like most of them anyway. Skylar Diggins is going to have to play out of her mind tonight. It's going to be interesting to see what's up with Jewel, for real. But Indiana should win this game, even with Caitlin Clark at half strength. Because if they don't win this game, they got the Aces coming up, and the Aces are going to be so mad after their loss that I think that they're gonna go off when they meet the Fever. So this is the game. I know it's only just one game, but Indiana just needs to scratch the win column. Because if they end up going like 1-9, so you think they could beat the Aces? Wow. If they even if they go 1-9, at least they could be like, girl, boy, God, man, whoever they talking to, man, look, we might be 1-9, but at least we not 0-10. Aces can't stop them inside, which sounds crazy as hell to say. We 1-9. That still sounds just as bad, don't it? Copper scored 3. Yeah, Copper's been killing it. She was just copping everything. They don't even defend the perimeter either. Yeah, the Aces got problems, but guess what? The Fever do too, and they got more problems because the Fever, they did play better perimeter defense the other night, but they have been giving up so many open shots, and that's just been ridiculous. So I think tonight, even though they in Seattle, it don't matter. Look at how the Mercury, I always say Sun. Damn it, this ain't the Phoenix Suns. The Mercury went into Las Vegas on their home court and took their butts out. So I don't think that the home court matters. And so I think I got the Fever winning tonight. Um, Even if Caitlin ain't all the way healthy. Aaliyah Boston, she got to be angry and ready to score after she lost the game. Uh, well, I'll put it this way: Boston didn't lose us the game, but after she missed that big layup, I think she's gonna be hella focused tonight. And so, give me the Indiana Fever tonight, winning. I got the Fever winning. Damn, I can't think of a score to save my life. Um, I'll take the Fever winning this game about 75. Nah, let's go 77-72. That's what I'm gonna go with that. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. 77. Fever scoring the 80s. Yeah, they do. They do. They do. They do. But you know what? Some teams actually win. In the 70s, you don't see no. You don't see the horrible scores of old with 50s and 60s no more. And so I think that Clark may be possibly a little hobbled, but I think Boston and Alyssa will do enough. You'll get enough. You'll get enough from others. What would you say the final score would be, Vadamoni? Because you seem to be in disagreement. Disagree. I think 77-72. I think if Clark wasn't hobbled, I think Kelsey, that's who it is. I think Kelsey and Aaliyah gonna have a good game. I think Aaliyah wants some damn good back. I mean, put back, not put back. You don't need good back. Get back. I can't talk. Aaliyah Boston wants some get back. I would be mad as hell if I blew that layup. I'd be coming out trying to drop 26, 10, and two blocks. You need to block shots and get rebounds. Talking about Boston. If she's not gonna score, she gotta find other ways to contribute because I'm not bashing or knocking either one, and that Breeze feel good. I'm not knocking either one of them, but if people say that Clark should do more things, then Boston should be doing more things too. Vatamoni, I know I can't talk goodness rated, Bo. I really need some hooked on phonics, I guess. Vladimir, you said 80 to 90. 90? Yeah, maybe if Caitlin was at 100%. A bench player? Oh, don't even get me started on size bench. Like, she don't want to play like Lexi Hull. She don't want to play Lexi Hull at all. She don't want to play Grace Berger. This woman don't want to play nobody. Like, you got Celeste Taylor on your bench, but you don't want to play her like play her. Like, why don't you want to play her? And then when you look at the fact that, okay, she does get it right with Timmy Fabinlay. She does play her, and I like her effort, and I'm really happy that she don't handle the ball as much. Like, Timmy, get to your spots, but stop trying to dribble the damn ball like you Mark Price or you John Stockton. So I like Timmy. The jury is still out on Lexi. Celeste hasn't gotten a minute. Victoria Saxton don't even play. Like, what is she there for? Is Saxton just there to be Aaliyah Boston's BFF, best friend forever? Someone let me know. Caitlin's fine. I hope the Sky beat the Liberty. Reese has 20 and 20. Damn. That'd be a nice night. That's tomorrow night, right? Namen Seattle doesn't have to stop Smith from going off. Alyssa Smith been kind of mid these past couple of games. There's so many top picks on this Indiana team. That's why I'm so damn upset. You got all of these top picks on this team, right? All these top-notch, I ain't going to say top-notch players like I was about to, but you got all of these quality draft selections, and yet you don't have a good team to put out there. Much as it saddens me, if they don't win tonight, I don't know when they're going to win. Speaking of the Fever, coach not using Smith, and she keep trying to get touches to Boston all the time. But what is kind of sad, Indiana almost fixing to look like a team they could go winless this season. I don't know the boss. I don't know about that. You know who trying to do a 40-0 house tour? It's the Washington Mystics house and road tour. That's what it is. The Washington Mystics, who I affectionately call the Washington Pistons, they the ones trying to do a 40-0. I mean a 0-40 uh, house and road tour. The Fever, they got so much talent, bro. Even though they don't know how to win. They got so much talent that they gotta win by mistake, bro. They should have won against Connecticut by mistake. You were up by 6. Was it 6 or 4? I need to watch the game again. But they was up by like 4, or maybe they was up by 6. It was like 76-70, and like you lose. And some people were saying, I blame it on Caitlin Clark getting it technical. I'm sorry, guys. Clark got this fire in her belly, and it might be to her detriment at times, but she's gonna be who she is until she's not. And so if she does change the way she plays, I hope she still continues to keep that fire in her belly. They should have won that game by mistake. Who said they fouled Clark? They fouled Clark. Vatamoni, they fouled Clark that play. Oh yeah. I definitely. You know what? They don't want to. They don't want to give these calls. It seemed like they don't want to give to Clark too many calls. I feel like they want her to earn it. I feel like this was the first year that Anthony Edwards, using my Timberwolves as an example, this the first year they actually started giving, almost said Clark, they started giving Anthony Edwards the foul calls. Because Anthony Edwards didn't always get the foul calls. So I kind of feel like they making Clark work to really establish her footing in this league, to really become like a true, I don't want to use the word great, to really become a truly good player. And then they will possibly start giving her the fouls. But they just feel it's like they don't want to give her the fouls outright. Um, they know if they give her a bunch of calls, it would definitely be a raise for concern. Yeah, I feel that's another thing too. But it's like, damn it, you got to earn your stripes. And if that's what it is, that's what it is. I salute to them for that, because one thing I noticed in college is that they would instantly call fouls, and I try to not be biased, or if I am biased, I try not to be as biased as a lot of people, because we all know that the Caitlyn fanatics, the Caitlyn zombies, the Caitlyn cult fan base, we all know that um, they just don't feel there's doing no wrong. And I am a huge Clark fan, but I'm not going to sit there and just. I do think there's times that I've absolutely not judged, or I've been a little biased in terms of calls, but I'm just not going to do that. I'm past the point of, I could be a huge fan. I could be an epic fan of Caitlin Clark. But if she doing something that I don't deem correct, or if you use the turnovers, for example, she's a turnover machine. You're not going to have your average Caitlin Clark fan admitting that she's a turnover machine. Your average Clark fan is going to blame Caitlin's mama, Caitlin's daddy, the referees, the monkey in the zoo, the man that works the hot dog vendor stand. Everybody's going to take the blame except for Caitlin Clark. She has to get better with the ball. I know that she gives out careless turnovers in college. I've seen this a lot. Um, I'm with you, Vladimoni. That I felt there was a foul when she got fouled against Natasha Howard in the preseason. Um, I feel there's been some phantom calls on Caitlin, like when she first played her first WNBA game against Connecticut Sun. They blew the whistle, and she didn't even touch Alyssa Thomas. Like, what the hell was that about? Like, it's so many. The NBA does it too. Like, and when it's an actual foul, they don't blow the damn whistle. That's what be getting to me. You blowing phantom calls but you won't call a foul when it's really what it is. Half of them are drop passes. I don't know what these players. Maybe they need to start drinking some Red Bull before the game because they cannot keep up. They cannot keep up with Caitlin's passes. It don't matter who. Nalissa Smith is the best option, and maybe Kelsey Mitchell on the break because Leah Boston can't keep up with Caitlin. Katie Lou Samuelson can't keep up with her with Caitlin's passes. The boss. What did the boss say? The boss says it is amazing because Caitlin has always been a turnover machine in college, right? 5 turnovers a game. I have talked about it. I have said that she needs to limit her turnovers, especially when I got my head out of my tail and I started to realize that Caitlin has things she needs to work on. If she want to be truly great, she gonna have to go ahead and put in that work for that. If she want to be ultimately one of the truly greats of this game and not just college, because college she was able to get past without some things, but for her to be at her best optimum performance for the WNBA, she gonna have to cut back on turnovers because I don't see her playing two guard anytime soon. Her shot selection is gonna have to improve, and it has been. She's been showing flashes. She's been showing flashes on the defensive side, but it hasn't been in high quality. It's been in very low quality limits. Like the other day when she hit her signature three. I think it was the fourth quarter. We saw Caitlin for a stretch ramp up her defense. You can't just ramp up your defense once or twice a game. If you can play it like a dog a little bit, then you can play it like a dog a lot. And here's why. Because you're playing with some of the best teammates you ever had. I love my Hawkeyes, but the Hawkeyes team does not. I don't care who disagree. If you disagree, tell me why. Tell me why. As much as I love my Hawkeyes, this Fever team has more talent than the Hawkeyes. It's getting ridiculous because there are people talking about Hannah Stokey should be playing with the Fever. This is not 2K, guys. This is not NBA 2K. There is no making Hannah Stokey and putting her on the Fever and sending Boston to the expansion draft, or just trading her for a bag of Ruffles. These fans are crazy. You want to trade Aaliyah Boston for a party size of Ruffles because she missed the layup. If it was Clark missing the layup, she would be vilified. So Boston missed the layup. I don't think she should be beat up. I don't think she should be vilified. Let's try to keep that same energy. Unless you just a Caitlin fan just coming on board. And I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm not going to lie. I don't think I would talk about the Fever if Caitlin wasn't there. But now I feel like I like some of the players. Not all, some. I don't have any redeeming qualities for the coach. But I like this team. It's a pretty good state. It's a basketball state. And you got to try to make the best of this thing. And I just want to see Caitlin win. And if it's going to happen here, it don't look like it's going to happen soon. Let me jump into some of these comments. Goodness Rated Bo says, "At plays like a damn..." Oh, AT play like... You said AT play like a damn football player who is allowed to drop their shoulders into another player. That's all. They always call their fouls on shot. LeBron do it too. Shaquille O'Neal does it. In some ways, in all fairness, I feel kind of bad for Alyssa Thomas. Could you guys imagine how great she would be if she didn't have torn labrums? Could y'all really imagine? I don't know. Let me roll my windows up a little bit, because I don't know. I mean, somebody out here mowing their grass. Let's see. I should have went to the park since it's so damn nice. But let me see. They sure do. Maybe I'll take the kids to the park later. They sure do. Damn, Caitlin is like, I took basics. I took back to basics to the national championship twice, and can't get these professional NBA WNBA players to win a game. You think so? You saying you think the Hawkeyes do look better? And if you do think they look better, goodness rated ball, it's because of chemistry, and chemistry matters. Aaliyah Boston and Caitlin Clark, they need to make a conscientious decision that, you know what, the hell with this team. We gonna go out. We gonna go out for lunch. We gonna get us some turkey club sandwiches. Hell, or we gonna get us a couple of burgers. Get us some, something to drink, some iced tea, and we gonna sit down. Or maybe they professional players, but they like good food too. But maybe they might want to be healthy. Maybe they want to sit down with some salads. And get them a couple glasses of water and go out and build some chemistry off court as well as in the gym, in scrimmage, in practice. You can do that. Get together and practice. Just the two of you, start working on y'all plays, start setting it up. Get to know each other. Don't act like you're gonna let these fans. I'm finna get this. I'm finna spit some facts. Don't let these fans, these maniacal fans, get into y'all head. Cut off social media or limit social media. Be careful of what you watch. If you do go on social media, go watch YouTube, go watch your favorite show clips, favorite podcast, whatever. Stop reading all these comments from these crazy fans. Stop doing it. Stop reading all these crazy. It's time to bond. Maybe the whole team don't want to bond, but you guys are the future. You were drafted respectively 2 years in a row, back to back. Number one, you guys need to get it together. Everybody talking about trade Aaliyah Boston to whoever. They want to trade Aaliyah Boston to the Charlotte Hornets. Stop. You ain't doing it. It's not gonna happen. You wanna let Aaliyah Boston have a bad season so you could give her to the Golden State Valkyries for whatever. No, let these coaches. I saw coach and said coach. Let these two players figure it out. We seen what it could be. We seen how they was playing on the last few possessions. Caitlin set up Aaliyah Boston nice. And I'm about to tell you this, Caitlin. We know what you can do. We know what you're capable of doing offensively. You're a wizard when it comes to passing the rock. When you got the right personnel, you can shoot it from anywhere. You can get your points from anywhere. But if you get Boston going, man, that's going to be something special. That's going to be something special. And most fans are not going to say that because most fans, they want to be entertained. Caitlin and Boston won gold medals together. And now they playing professional together. And that's also great. But I don't know if they ever truly, truly have bonded. Not saying they got to be best friends, not saying they got to go everywhere together, but it's time for some meetups. Unless they don't plan on being in Indiana long. But Caitlin just got here. Boston been here a year. I hope she come out and have a fire game. I hope Aaliyah Boston come out tonight and drop a double-double, 20 and 10. You can do that. You're capable of doing that. It can't be all about Caitlin Clark. And Caitlin Clark, as great as she is, sometimes she got this Mamba-like mentality where she just wants to do it all. You don't have to. That pass she made to Boston, and Boston dropped in that little jump shot inside the free throw line. Was that a bounce pass? That was great. Do more of it. Feed Boston. And in return, I'm not letting you off the hook, Boston. Boston, in return, if your guard is giving it to you, won't you give it back? Why not? If Caitlin was open, give it to her. She's a great shooter. End of the game, you love to see Caitlin be the hero. I've seen it so many times at Iowa. She'll get her opportunity, but Boston, there's nothing wrong with looking for Caitlin or others. Kelsey, sometimes the ball goes into Boston, and that's the end of it. So, yeah, they both got to work with each other. Kelsey Mitchell is coming along. You say, let's see, Boston should be the last option. You don't want to play inside out. You don't like the possibility because okay, you want to play outside in. Let me know, Vatamoni. You want to play outside in? Because if you get the inside game going, it opens up the outside shots. And so now with this team, the spot up shooter is option number 4. So that's gonna be who is that gonna be? Katie Lou? Let's see. I'm trying to think on that. Is that is that possibly Katie Lou then? I think that could be Katie Lou. Um Boston can be a point center. So you want to see Boston be more like a Draymond Green type of player. Um, I wonder why they never put the ball in Aaliyah Boston's hands at the top of the key and let her kind of work it, kind of like Joakim Noah did when Derrick Rose was hurt a lot. Coach Size doesn't seem to have a lot of options. Ironically, she doesn't have many at all. I think that's the saddest part. Have you seen how awful they run their plays? No screens, bad spacing, and bad plays, no movement. Yeah, yeah. I think that's what it is. She doesn't really have a clue in terms of strategically how she wants to run the offense at all. What the hell? Oh, never mind. Um, what am I? Goodness, Brady Bo says mix it up. Boston could bring up the ball. Exactly. Draymond Green. I somehow feel Caitlin gonna have the reputation of being a player no one is gonna want to play with for some reason. I think part of the reason is because she can shoot the ball so well, and players that kind of feel like they're there to watch. The ball's yours to play, but they always put her in some bad spot and make her dribble like 10 feet to get to her spots. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I caught all y'all comments. Kaylin is option number 1. Smith is option number 2. Mitchell is option number 3. Uh, I would say Caitlin is option number 1. Kelsey Mitchell is option number 2. Boston is option number 3. And then Nalissa Smith is option number 4. But that's just my take. Give up Boston if you want to, and watch how she thrive in another system. Yeah, so that's why it is, boss. If they do give up, um, oh, here come Bree Wayne. Um, the boss, if they do give up Aaliyah Boston, which I don't suggest, this team, they better hang up the phone if a team calls for Aaliyah Boston. You get a swig of water. But if they do give up Boston, they better get a king's ransom. They better get king's ransom for her. I want to see more defense out of Caitlin. I mean, well, yeah, Caitlin and Aaliyah. Some people are saying that Boston has to work extra hard on defense because Caitlin's deficiencies at defense. Aces gonna take out their frustrations on the Fever. Yeah, that's why it's imperative that they win tonight, because I don't really think that the Fever could beat the Aces. But then again, the Aces we don't seem as invincible, and a team that might not be that good can catch us on a bad night. If Asia doesn't have it going. And the thing about the Aces, they had a chance to win that game, but even Asia pissed me off last night. Even Asia pissed me off, and you guys know how Asia pissed me off, because we know she's a great mid-range shooter, but when it's a late game situation and you shooting your jump shot from the free throw line, your pull up, I mean, if you don't think it's going to swish, take that thing to the rack. I mean, it was right there for the taking. And then it got away. I mean, even Diana Taurasi missed 2 big free throws. They was trying to give us the game. Wow, it looks like my Phillies about to play in a little bit. Phillies 35-14. A lot of my teams is balling, except for the Fever. Even the Aces, they gonna do well this season. My Timberwolves and my Pacers both hit the finals. That's wild. My Stars in the NHL, they in the Western Conference Finals. But yeah, let me see what Bree Wayne talking about. For Bree Wayne think I'm not acknowledging her. Bree Wayne says Clark gotta play defense, man. Sometimes our offense doesn't offset what she's giving up defensively. This is the pros, not college. 16 threes. You talking about New York City, New York game? They played better defense yesterday. I mean, not yesterday, the other day against the Sun. They shouldn't have lost that game. Not really true. Defense is more related to size. Using stupid lineups of Mitchell, Wheeler, Clark, Boston, and Wallace. LOL. Aces let Kalea Cooper eat good. Kalea Copper. Kalea Copper had a hell of a night. She couldn't miss. They didn't even. But the worst part for me is they didn't even get in her way. They didn't even try to like stop her. They didn't even like. They didn't even say like, okay, we gonna try to cut Copper off. She was, she was gonna eat. Stop her. You seen her eating? Damn. Put Kate Mark. Do anything. She was just eating. What happened to Jackie Young? She a great defender. Megan Gustafson. Megan Gustafson. Megan is just. How can I? I already described it earlier. Megan is finesse, man. Megan Gustafson is finesse. She want to shoot a three, and that's pretty much it. Megan Gustafson in college, she was great down low. I don't know what happened. We asked for Kia Stokes to grab all the rebounds, get all the blocks. Asia Wilson needs some help, damn it. Like, should we really have got rid of Angel Jackson? Like, this bench is not it. We'll have to see. We'll have to see if they make any moves. What do you think? Caitlin Mitchell, Vac Benley, Smith, and Boston line up for tonight. Fab Benley? I don't think she's a good outside shooter. I like her energy off the bench. I want to see Lexi Hall play. I want to see Lexi Hall get minutes. I want to see Grace Berger get some minutes. Unless what the content creator God said was right. Unless they get in shock. Unless Lexi Hall and Grace are getting shocked. Why in the hell aren't they playing? And why don't you want to play Celeste Taylor? Like, Celeste Taylor got to be tired of watching the lines on the floor. Celeste Taylor has to be tired of watching the mascot go up and down. Like, she's got to be sick of this. When the hell is she going to get some minutes? Christy Wallace? Ooh, don't get me started on Christy Wallace. I said the other day it was going to rain marshmallows because she scored 8 points. Sydney Coulson. Sydney Costume. Yeah, Sydney Costume. She just there for comedic purposes. She had her greatest 15 minutes of fame last season for us. Helped us clinch the championship. But I don't know if she should have came back. I'm going to tell you like this, the boss, Bree Wayne. I've been begging all season for this team to get Natasha Cloud. Last night was the reason why. I've been begging all season because I just knew deep down in my heart that Chelsea Gray was not going to be ready. So I was like, damn, why does this team go after a backup point guard? Why not? Yeah, you agree with me, boss. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Why not? They would have been a great addition for Vegas. Right. Or Rachel Banner. But if it's a situation of money, then you make a trade then. Because you can't just bring players in if you don't have the budget. Well, you try to match up the salaries. Kirsten Bell, come here. You're done. You're finished. Sydney Colson, you're done. You're being shipped out. You're being packaged with a pick. I don't care if you would have had to put a pick involved. But Gray, her injuries possibly may have caught up with her. We obviously don't hope that's the case. But I'm going to tell you guys, the depth on this team is shaky. And as much as I like Kate Martin, her by herself ain't going to get it done. You got your tallest player is, okay, let this be a lesson. So Asia Wilson, 6'4", Megan Gustafson, 6'4". Kitley ain't nowhere to be found because she's hurt. Angel Jackson is gone. Candace Parker is gone. You're about to ask Asia to play 40 minutes a night. I don't think she can. I don't think she can play 40 minutes and keep the same intensity. She could do it for a stretch. She could do it for the playoffs. But all season long, nah. For real, Cloud was solid playing point guard. And her defense was nice. Yeah, point taken. Bree Wayne, you said Kate Martin got fatigued last night. Legs gone. Yeah, she shot a 3, and I just knew it wasn't going in. 40 minutes is what Jay Young played. Third game of the season. Yeah, I think this is why when you look at things, when you really look at things, you got teams that are hungry. You got teams that are really hungry to win because nobody likes watching, a team continue to win a championship year after year. They trying to get after it. Everybody's improving. So when you look at it, did we truly improve this roster? I don't think we did. Jill Lloyd averaging 16 points. Magma Boy leading the team, 8.5 rebounds. Skylar Diggins-Smith with 6 assists. Storm should lose this game tonight. Who y'all got winning? What moves would you like to see the Aces make? What should they do? I think they need to get another big because I don't think they can do both. I don't think they can get a guard and a big because you probably have to cut a player. And who would you cut? Fair? Martin? At this point, I'm not even going to let my ties to Iowa and Kate Martin make me want to say they got to keep her. They just need to get better. Hell, this ain't no kindergarten. This ain't no kindergarten around this place. You don't keep Kate Martin just because, you want to keep the fans happy. I'm definitely seeing Seattle blow them out. At least 8-point plus victory. Kate Martin is a bargain. Yeah, this don't look like a team that's gonna three-peat though. No, Seattle not like that. Yeah, I know it's a low score, but I got Seattle winning. Wait, did I say Fever? I think I got the Fever winning 77-72. I don't see any of them. I don't see any of them off being able to stop Lloyd and Necker. Yeah, I heard that Bree Wayne. I heard that she was out tonight. I heard Necker was out tonight. What was the defense? How can you let a player get up after a layup? You talking about the Fever? I'm gonna tell you guys like this. Let's look at these standings real quick. I'm gonna tell you guys who I got. My top 5, it might have changed. I know I said who my top 5 is already, but it might have changed. Come on here. All right, so let's see here. So at number 1, I got. Damn, this is tougher than I thought. Okay, so I got the Sun. I got the Sun. Yeah, I agree. Coach Size is awful. Y'all let me know y'all top 5. Bree Wayne, who your top 5? Right now, I got the Sun at number 1. I got the Lynx at number 2. I got the Liberty at number 3 because the Liberty have essentially beat Cupcakes. So what? Sun, Lynx, Liberty, and then at number 4 I got the Aces, and then at number 5 I got the Mercury. So yeah, those are my 5 right now. You can have no defense when you score every time you touch the ball. You can't have no defense when you score every time you touch the ball. I think I read that right. Is it maybe because the Mercury got a man? She ain't even there, and they 2-1. BG not even playing, and they playing. You know what? They probably playing better without her, simply because they able to speed up the pace, and BG would slow the pace down. BG want the ball dumped in. I never put an SQ over my aces. Never. Well, it ain't just your Nescu. It's the whole team. I mean, who else 4-0, Bree Wayne? Even though they've been playing cupcakes. I ain't gonna even say that. They've been playing banana pudding. They've been playing the kind of team that, just beat them around. They soft as banana. They've been playing banana pudding soft teams. But, I mean, 4-0 is 4-0. It doesn't matter that they playing rice pudding. What else? Dallas missing the other players right now. I like Dallas. Well, I like Enrique. Brittany Grinder. The boss. No, you didn't say Grinder. You crazy, bro. You need to She always hurt, man. Maybe they better off without her. Liberty gonna get Aces smoke. Yeah, you sound confident, Bree Wayne, but you know the Aces ain't got no bench. And you know Asia Wilson gonna be burned out. I hope don't nobody else get hurt like Chelsea Gray, because I was of the mindset that Chelsea Gray was playing too many minutes even before she got hurt. And Becky loved to put these players through hell, and you cannot. It's like Tom Thibodeau. You got to utilize your bench. You got to. You got to put the bench in at some point. And so Becky liked to run these players into the ground. Ace is going to run 40 minutes all the time. I won't be surprised if we lose 10 games. I had us penciled as a team that's only going to lose twice. But we going to lose more than twice. I got a feeling. The Sun probably will get the 4-0. Alyssa Thomas playing prime Draymond right now. Yeah. I wonder if the links are going to be real, though. We're going to find out if the links are really real. We're definitely going to find out. Again, the only teams I can't really talk too much about on this list is the Dream and the Sky, because I've yet to see them play in the regular season. I will be watching Sky and Liberty tomorrow, though, and I will be getting a good look at the Sky team. Mercury coach put the bench in, and this is why they won last night. Starters got enough rest. And you was in Seth's chat with me, Bree Wayne. Shout out to Seth Talk Sports. You was in the chat. You seen how we was talking about they was raining them threes. They was raining them threes like crazy. The Mercury could not miss. Some nights the other team ain't gonna miss. And if the other team ain't gonna miss, you damn sure can't miss. And Kelsey Plum, she got it going late. She really did. But that last three by Kelsey, that thing just rammed out at the last second. And I guess sometimes it's like that. Every shot ain't gonna always hit. And so, even though we lost, I like the effort. I definitely like the effort. Becky got out coached. In some ways, she kind of did. I wonder when the Fever play. Is it 9 o'clock? Because I'm going to be watching my Timberwolves. Something got to give. Maybe I watch one on the phone and one on TV. Something must give tonight. They were down 15. Who cares how many shots she made at that point? We got our butts kicked. If you still here, Bree Wayne, we got our butts kicked. We fought back. Yes, we did. But they kicked our butts. 10 p.m. So damn, let me find out when the Timberwolves play. I mean, they play at 7:30, I think. Maybe I will be able to watch the Fever play in peace tonight. Yeah, 7:30. Timberwolves play at 7:30, so I can watch my T-Wolves. Speaking of teams that I root for, the Pacers, they blew that shit. Use my profanity. They blew that shit, man. They blew it. The Celtics was trying to give them the game. Literally, the Celtics was like, we don't want it. We don't want to win game one. We don't want this thing. Here, take it. Just take the game. And what happens? The Pacers, no, we're going to turn it over. We don't want to win. We're going to do stupid stuff. We're going to throw the ball away. We're going to step out of bounds. And eventually, Jalen Tatum, I'm just making up people. What's his 2K? Creative player? Jalen Brown made that three. Yeah, I know, Wody Mac. Some people cuss like 25 times in a 10-minute period. I just had this thing where, yes, I do use profanity in real life. I surely do. Not a lot, but at times I do. But I prided myself on pretty much making this a free channel. And I also knew that I wasn't going to do two videos. I wasn't going to do a Fever video pre-recorded, and I wasn't going to do this Aces video. So I said I might as well talk about this on live stream because, I mean, like, hell, if I got to catch up by doing two videos for both teams, if the time kind of gets away from me, and yesterday I was busy as hell, today I was semi-busy, and I just was like, you know what? I'm just going to do a live. At least I could say I did talk briefly yesterday about the Fever losing to the Sun, but I haven't talked about the Aces. Pacers played bad. They gave that game. That should have been. I'm gonna say it like this. Here's why they won't win. Here's why the Pacers not gonna win this series. Because you can't give away games. You can't. Not at this time. Not in the Western Conference Finals. In the Eastern Conference Finals, you can't. You cannot give away these games in these situations that are this big. These games, these wins are hard to come by. This loss is going to bite them in the butt. I don't know if it's going to happen in Game 5, Game 6. They gave 2 to the Knicks. Yeah, you true. That's true. But Boston is better than the Knicks. And so the quality of opponent matters. And there's some inexperience there. What the Pacers are doing, I consider it to be kind of like the Hawks that year, when the Hawks made that run to the conference finals. That's similar to what the Pacers are doing, except for Halliburton is better than Trae Young. So I see the Pacers potentially winning 2, but I think this thing is over in 6. Now, the Timberwolves and the Mavericks, you're not going to get that out of me. You're not going to get me to choose. I'm rooting for the Timberwolves because Timberwolves fan since 95. And I'm actually almost sure that I'm probably going to start a Timberwolves channel. So be on the lookout. That's a possibility because, Timberwolves since 95, what are we doing? But I want to go with the Timberwolves, but in my heart of hearts, the Mavericks have a great chance. Tonight, I guess I'm going to go with the Wolves, but I don't really have an explanation outside of me being a fan. I do feel like Luka, you just said it, Luka's too much, but I don't think that he's fully healthy. I think Kyrie can be streaky. I think we got the better bench, the Wolves. I think we got the better superstar. I said it. I said it. Anthony Edwards is a better superstar than Luka. I love Luka. But Anthony Edwards is that dude. The internet gonna say I'm a bandwagon. Hey, let them say what they say, bro. Let them say what they say. You know why I say let them say what they say? Because they could do it too. And you know what else they said? People said I was a Hawkeyes bandwagon. People said I jumped on a Hawkeyes bandwagon. I still been talking about this team. I haven't talked about our new coach yet. I actually did a video for the new Iowa head coach, but I don't know if I'm gonna put that particular video out. But yeah, um, they find out. People find out. You know, I'm still rocking with the Hawkeyes. Um, a lot of people gonna say, yeah, you're bandwagon, but not everybody joins YouTube at the same time. And end of the day, we all know what it is. It don't matter what people think. It's about what you have in you to do. And if you believe in yourself. You're a bandwagon fan of who? Since 2013. Who, the Mavericks? Who, the Blazers? 40 Mac, don't let me find out you're a Blazers fan. Please don't let me find out you're a Trailblazers fan. Pacers Mavericks finals. So Rick Carlisle versus his old team, huh? That might be interesting. Boston will beat the Pacers. Goodness rated Bo, you with me, huh? I definitely see Boston in 6. That game that they lost yesterday, it's gonna come back to hurt them. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bandwagon fans for the Wolves. Raven Day, no they not. Bree Wayne, stop. I need receipts. I need you to act like we at Walmart. I need to see some damn receipts. Nah. I can't, nah. He already got like, what, 2 baby mamas? You think Raven Johnson gonna deal with them baby mamas? You sitting, ain't no way. Ain't no way Raven Johnson gonna deal with. I wouldn't. I don't know what's on her mind. I mean, she gonna get her own bag soon if she plan to play in the WNBA. Leave that man alone. New York over everything. Boston got outplayed. I root for the Lakers and Kevin Love. Yeah, shout out to all the former Timberwolves players, but Anthony Edwards is just different. I mean, he the best thing we had here since KG, and nobody can dispute that. Nobody. I don't give a damn who they is. Shout out to Kevin Love, Andrew Wiggins. Hell, shout out to Derek Williams. If y'all remember the dude from Stanford. Shout out to all of them. The guy that bust out, Jared Culver, who didn't have no good NBA playing career. I thought he could at least be Kendall Gill. He wasn't. Yeah, shout out to all the Minnesota. Shout out to Ricky Rubio. We had so many players come through Minnesota. And I'm just thankful Karl Anthony Towns he brought in. I feel like he got 2, or maybe he just got 1. Seemed like most of them got 2. I could be I mean, I don't want no more kids. Kids, that's too much damn gym shoe money. Too much gym shoe money right there. That's what my uncle used to say. Kids is too much gym shoe money. Hell, Popeye Jones need a shout out. Johnny Flynn. Oh, you did not just bring up Johnny Flynn. I'm ready to go, Wody Mac. Now I'm ready to go. Why you bring Johnny Flynn out of Syracuse? We could have had Stephen Curry. We literally could have had Stephen Curry. But no, we chose Johnny Flynn. That was excruciating. I don't know who was worse. That's something I'm gonna ask my Timberwolves people I know tonight. I'm gonna ask because I'm in like a couple of Timberwolves groups, and I know like a couple of Timberwolves fans personally, and I'm gonna ask them, who was worse, Chris Dunn or Johnny Flynn? Because they both, although Chris Dunn has made a nice little career for himself finally in Utah. Not kids, but baby mamas. 1 baby mama, but she ain't cuffed. So Raven good. Don't you want Raven to get her own bag though? I mean, I do. I watch Syracuse too because of the NY ties.
but that little ninja for Chris Dunn probably better. That's a great thing. I'm gonna ask. I'm sure enough gonna crop put both of their pictures together in a collage and say who was the better wolf, Chris Dunn or Johnny Flynn. He gave me something else to talk about. But you want to try to win all the games you can. So hopefully the Wolves get off to a good start and they figure out how to win this game tonight. But really quickly, quick recap. We talked about the Aces. We talked about the WNBA standings. Did a little power rankings. Mixed in a little NBA. And, we talked about Caitlin and the Fever and the Storm tonight. Um, Final predictions. I think Indiana gets their first win tonight. Um, what else? Aces got to get it together. I think they play the Fever next. Um, how can women sleep with these ballers? They're passed around. Money, money. In the song, the words of the great Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man. Money. What I don't understand is why women that got money do it. You know, that's what I don't understand. If you're getting your own bag, why would you do it? I guess for generational wealth, maybe. That's the only thing I could think of. Goodness ready, Bo. But you said everything, sleeping with everything that got a BBL. Now you got Drizzy BBL in my head. Wow, that's crazy. Let me be a rich man to get passed around. We'll see what that feel like. No dick. No meat. No meat. No diddy. No diddy. No dummy. That's what I call him. Did dummy. Come here, you big. Come here, you big the dummy. And my friend. And my friend Sanford. And my friend Sanford voice. You big the dummy. Shit. Hey, I'm gonna make that into a meme or something. Seriously, I gotta get a Fred Sanford photo, and I gotta try to Photoshop Diddy face onto Lamont body, Lamont Sanford, and I'm gonna hook that up. Mac platform. Who is that? Goodness ready, Bo. Tell me who that is real quick. Who is Mac platform? Because I know I'm about to end the stream, but I'm definitely gonna have to put that together. That would be hilarious. But yeah, man, I want the Fever to get that win. Because if not, when they gonna do it? Red Fox was goated, man. I watched his stand up on YouTube. Yeah, my dad used to um, play them 8 tracks around the house, and I tell y'all, him and Richard Pryor, you talking about a nasty mouth, but funny as hell. Man, you would be rolling. You would be on the floor, gut busting humor, just cracking up like crazy. And then furthermore, um, Robin Harris is another great comedian. Like these days, everybody is so sensitive. Like I always wanted to do a little comedy, even have a comedy channel. But everybody's so sensitive these days because a lot of my humor, I kind of spread it out in other ways on other platforms, chat comment sections. I just feel like kind of like Dave Chappelle. You can't. I mean, you got to literally toe a line almost, literally, and that's not what being a comedian is about. When you a comedian, you need to have free reign, free liberty to be able to talk about almost anyone if you have to. So yeah, today would be hard for Red Fox, Richard Pryor, Robin Harris. It would be so hard for them to kind of do their thing because everybody's offended. You know, Eddie Murphy is probably another one. I mean, so if you take like the alphabet community, they would be so offended for real. But let's see if y'all got anything else to say before I get up out of here. Um, RC, has Gustafson always been this underwhelming? Does she have a midi? Not only is she only threes. Yeah, she's only threes for the most part. She's a finesse player. Um, she did a little bit of everything in Iowa. She wouldn't always shoot the three, but she could bang. She could get down low. She was a better rebounder. She looked better on the college level. Um, she was mediocre with Phoenix. Um, I think when we signed Gustafson, I think it's because we expected Candace Parker to still be here. I feel like the Aces lost some of their physicality. I feel like we was lunch meat soft yesterday. And we can't have that. Phoenix was the more mentally tough team outside of them just shooting lights out. For real, for real. But Brad used to call it blue humor when you was filthy. I don't know why them old folks call it blue. Yeah, that's a great question. Um, but yeah, I think that's gonna wrap it for this one. I got Mercury making the playoffs. If they can get their shooters consistent, they good. Yeah, they can tell BG to go sit down somewhere. Tell BG to take all the time you need. Say, BG, you want to go back over to Russia? Nah, don't do that. Don't do that, BG. But for real, if you want to take some time off and just chill with the fam, we good. They good. Rebecca Allen, amazing signing. Natasha Cloud, amazing signing. Kalea Copper, getting her in the trade, extraordinary. 30-point games back to back. You can't even hate it. She out there balling like Jordan. Hell, she looked better than she looked better with the Mercury than she did with the Sky. Goodness rated Bo says maybe that's all they want her to do. They're trying to make Caitlin only a catch and three. I mean, yeah, catch and shoot three. Yeah, I don't know. Caitlin need to play a game, but at the same time, always improve. Every time Caitlin step out, she got to make sure she improving her game. But outside of that, hey, I appreciate y'all, whether you came in at the beginning, the middle, the end. Salute to you for stopping through. And I want to say salute to shout out to J. Jordan, New York Liberty fan. Um, go over there and sub. Says Talk Sports. Go over there and sub if you haven't. But I'm sure most of us have. Cess is awesome. The J Spot Network. Most of us already sub. Make sure you watch them as well, though. She's a great, great content creator. Jay is one of my favorites. Everybody I'm naming is one of my favorites. And then Quita loves sports. She's also awesome. Um, time to time I watch. Not every time, because the kind of content I don't like everything he talks about. But sometimes I'll watch the God content creator. Seldomly, but sometimes I will watch. But I'm not telling you like run over there and support him like the others, because I don't really rock with his channel like that. But outside of that, I mean, there's no Iowa Hawkeyes fans here. Goodness rated Bo, I know you like Iowa and Caitlin, so I mean, you might want to check out Iowa Hawkeyes um, of the Storm. That's like the only Hawkeyes channel I watch on here. Like there's tons of Iowa Hawkeyes content, but they're super super authentic, so I watch them a lot. But yeah, outside of that, let me get up out of here. Wow, we talk longer than I expected to be. I only expected to be on here an hour. Damn, y'all, we've been on here an hour and 38 minutes. But yeah, look, salute guys. This live stream was a way of me being able to recap and talk the aces, talk about the fever, roll it all into one, and being able to talk some power rankings and even the little NBA. We was able to just roll everything all together. So look, tip my cap to y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with me. I really appreciate y'all. We gonna talk later. I'm sure I'll catch you guys in somebody else's chat soon. Peace.